は大魔王じゃない。ただのピッコロだ。これまでとは一味違う。
確かこの近くのはずなんだけど。
All right, everybody, guess what time it is? It's everybody's favorite time. It's time to do a showcase here for Orange Piccolo. Here he is. So I never actually did the 200% level 10 links video for this guy. I kept saying, oh, I'll do it whenever Beast Gohan comes out. And then Beast Gohan came out and I didn't quite get it done. And then boom, here we go. We got these guys who are a huge movie hero buff. So we're going to be doing it now. And, you know, in the spirit of his showcase right here, we're going to throw him in slot 1. Now, I don't really want him on a rotation with Bulma, but our opening rotations are kind of a little bit awkward. So we're going to make do with this fight the best that we can and just try to get the best footage of Piccolo possible. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to throw him to the Wolves right here immediately, turn 1. So let's go ahead and grab these orbs right here, and then we'll grab Bulma's as well. Looks like he'll be able to get most of his passive built up before he actually gets hit by the super attack. I guess we have a scouter up from these guys right here. They have a scouter. That's what's giving us a scouter. Where is it? Goodness, I can't read. Where's the foresee enemy super attack? Holy crap, I know they have a scouter. Foresees enemy super attack for 2 turns from the character's entry turn. There it is. All right. Whew. Guys, I'm sitting there struggling, man. I'm trying to read it, and it's just, there's so much passive there to read. Anyway, so Piccolo is at 579k defense right here. Remember that Piccolo is guarding on his first 2 turns. Because he does, well, specifically his first 3 turns, but first 2 rotations, as long as you don't float him. If you float him, you won't be able to keep that guard up whenever he comes back. But he is guarding. He has 20% damage reduction baseline. He builds up defense every time he gets hit. I believe it is, what is it, 30% up to 150, so he needs to get hit 5 times, which we should be able to do right here. He does have another secret part of his passive. If you fall below 30% HP and you get hit 7 times in battle, you can activate an additional 30% damage reduction and a full heal, kind of like a revive. It's like they wanted to give him a revive, but they ran out of time to do it. So, anyway, here we go. So, again, we're going to probably get all of our hits in before we actually eat a super attack. 4 and 1 more. Okay, so we're mostly built up at this point. Let's go ahead and see how we tank. We do have Brainiacs up, which is one of his better links. So, let's see how we do right here. 127k, not bad at all. We guys know, or everybody knows that these guys hit really, really hard. So that level of damage is definitely acceptable. And we start out with a 23 million attack stat right here. Very, very good from Orange Piccolo, obviously. This is outstanding performance. Oh, I thought he was going to get the additional super attack. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, for a unit that's now, like, 2 years old, because he came out, what, December of 2022? Is when this guy came out, technically. He was like December 31st, basically, of 2022. I would say he has held up really, really well. And now that he's getting an extra, what is it, 100 and basically 91% right here at the start of turn, he's going to be even better for much longer. So, like, his intro animation, right, like, whenever that wears off, he loses 100% attack and defense. But, you know, it's basically being replaced by this support right here and the support of the... like the 2 Gokus together, right? They give 154%. So it's like having a constant extra 54% buff, plus your intro up at all times. Plus we have Bulma here. And then we have that new Piccolo and Vegeta banner unit, who I believe supports him, and they do share links as well. So it's just like this huge cacophony of just amazing things happening for our units right here. I don't really want to put Vegeta in slot 1 right here. I brought the Gammas so that they could support, but I guess let's do this. Let's grab those right there. We'll just give this to Vegeta. He doesn't need the orbs. I mean, we're not even going to get to the Gammas, but in the event that we do, I'll give them the int orbs. That'll heal us back up to full anyway. Looks like I could have put Vegeta in slot 1 and tried to get his revive up, but it's okay. We shouldn't need the revive in here. But yeah, so I'm just going to try to get a bunch of footage in for Orange Piccolo. We're going to take him into a couple of events, just do like a nice, I don't know, hour-long video or something for him, and just get like a lot of footage here for Orange Piccolo. So let's see how we're doing. Again, I'm just going to throw him in slot 1 right here. This is looking pretty good. So he is at 1.38 million defense. I don't know if it's easier for you guys to see it right here, but yeah, 1.382 million defense. Remember that he does get 50% after he performs a super attack, and then remember that Bulma's going to give him extra defense as well. So we are at 4 out of 7 links activated. We do have Brainiacs activated, which is giving us extra defense. Namekians gives us some defense and healing, so that's good. Obviously, this is going to be a really, really good turn for him. Let's go ahead and get him 24 key. Again, we are still guarding, which doesn't really matter because we have class advantage here and we're type advantage, so the guard doesn't really matter, but we do a 20% damage reduction, 1.38 million defense. We get 50%, and it's just a true 50% whenever we attack. So, you know, we're at 1382, oops, 782. Oh, let me show this calculator. There you go. So 1382782 multiplied by 1.5. So we're going to be at 2.074 million defense after we attack right here. That's with one super attack. Divide by 1.5, multiplied by 2. That's what it would be if we double supered. We'd be at almost 3 million defense with guard and damage reduction if we double supered right here. You guys think that's good? Let's grab that, and then let's just make sure Bulma can get her support. There we go. Bulma could potentially get us killed right here, but as long as the super attack is on Piccolo, then we'll be fine. So again, yeah, he's fine. He just gave a whole extra 2 key to the entire rotation here, and here's the super attack. Vegeta does debuff right here, remember? He does have the big defensive debuff, but I think we're going to be okay. Nice. Oh, I guess he didn't defensive debuff us. Okay, that's good. So 22 million here from Piccolo. Very, very good. Very good. Vegeta is like the hardest hitting boss right now on global, right? Like it's either him or Cell Max, right? And oh, we did get the double super, so we're at almost 3 million defense, right? We're actually a little bit higher than what I calc just because we do have Bulma's extra support activated as well, so that's pretty good. We're also missing one of the 77% supports up right now. Like that could have been an even higher number potentially. If we had had the other 77% support, but since we had to float them last turn, I guess we didn't have to float them, but since we floated them last turn, our defense is actually a little bit lower than what it could have been. Our defense actually could have been higher right there. How do you guys feel about that? I'd say that was a pretty good performance from Piccolo. The fight's not over yet, so we'll get like another rotation out of him, but still, that was definitely pretty impressive for turn 1 right here. I'll definitely take it. Bulma's taking a little bit of damage, but that's okay. If we take a bunch, I mean, we're just going to heal, first of all. But second of all, I was going to say we're going to be able to use the standby, and we'll heal up from this as well. So I'll go ahead and pop the standby right here. Sorry, I forgot I didn't have the skips on. My bad. This isn't their showcase, but anyway. Let's go ahead and grab all these orbs right there. So that'll get us a little bit of support. Let's grab that for Vegeta, and then we'll just grab the physical orbs for them. Perfect. Okay. So this next turn, again, we'll have both of their support buffs up. I didn't really see exactly how many physical orbs we got with Goku, but remember that he does give 2-turn defensive support for every physical key sphere that he gets. And then the one at the end is giving the full 77% buff. And then we won't have Bulma. And then I think Piccolo is also going to transform into Vegeta next turn. So we're going to lose that support as well. Who else are we going to have on rotation? Oh, the Gammas. But we will have the Gammas who are there giving support, so that's good. We'll also be without our guard. Our intro buff will be gone. And we're definitely not going to hit the HP threshold to get his full heal. So we'll see. This next turn will be like the, quote, weak turn for Orange Piccolo. This will be his weak turn. So we'll see how he's looking there. Triple key wave. Cool. Blast him away. Thank you, fellas. We're still going. Okay, that's fine. Feel free to just go all day with your raging waltz. Keep going. Yep. Doom. You know what's crazy is that they still haven't used like all of the animations from this movie. I think that's crazy. Especially for like Broly. Broly's animations are still just untouched, which is crazy. It's absolutely insane that Broly's animations are just untouched at this point still. They should be fine right here. Yeah, very good. Here's Vegeta. You know, you call yourself the Prince of Saiyans. Vegeta. Like, they could have made this like a active skill. You know, that way it could have been voiced. There is no reason that couldn't have been an active skill. All right, cool. So here we go. We're gonna throw. Oh wow, we have just like the full board. That's pretty nifty. We could use. I'm gonna actually show you guys a special technique right here. I don't think we'll KO Vegeta, but Piccolo does still have this in his. He still had 1 million defense, by the way. But check this out, right? So if I grab all these orbs with Vegeta, right, that's going to charge this up a little bit. I can go ahead and do this as well. Let's see, that's 10. Yep, let's grab those. And then we will pop Orange Piccolo. Alright, I don't think this will KO Vegeta. Unfortunately, Orange Piccolo is not quite what he used to be in terms of damage. Whenever he first dropped and we were soloing like the Metal Cooler Core and like the Cell Max fight and everything that was just difficult at the time out on Global and JP, right? Like we were just absolutely sweeping the game with this guy. Unfortunately, that's not quite a possibility anymore. But what he does still have is the really, really good ability of this kind of locks the turn in as turn 6. And so any boss abilities that are used that aren't just based on like start a turn abilities. So like a good example would be like locking or sealing. You can still get locked and sealed by the boss. But, like, let's say I had gotten locked on this rotation and Piccolo was locked in slot 3. These 3, like, character slots right here are still our original 3 characters. So this is Vegeta, this is the Gammas, and this is still Piccolo. So, like, let's say I wanted to get Piccolo in slot 1 right here. I would just simply do that, and now Piccolo's going to be in slot 1, Vegeta's going to be in slot 2, and the Gammas are going to be in slot 3 whenever we get back on this rotation. The other thing is that a boss can only do a certain amount of super attacks per turn. So if they burn those charges while you're in the giant form, they will not be able to super attack after you come out of the giant form. That's a very, very, very powerful ability, obviously, just being able to remove the boss's ability to super attack. Because a lot of the times, you know, a boss will stun, or they'll seal, or they'll do something on their super attack effect that makes them just really, really toxic, and then obviously they just hit really hard, right? So being able to remove the boss's ability to do that, be able to bypass the locking mechanism, is a great way, you know, that you can still get value out of the Orange Piccolo active skill, even if it's not doing the most damage in the world. So let's go ahead. I will probably cut right here. I'll show maybe the first rotation just to get the animations in the video. But after that, I'll just go ahead and cut. So the Orange Piccolo, he does do a lot of attacks. You can get a maximum of 300, or not 300. You can get a maximum of 3 turns at which he can do 27 attacks, right? So he has 3 attacking slots on each turn, so you can get a maximum of 3. That's 9. And then on each slot, he does have like a medium chance to, or he has an additional attack that has a medium chance to be a super. And then you could also do the hidden potential attack on each of his 3 character slots. So you take 9 multiplied by 3, because he can do 3 possible attacks on each head. That's a total of 27 possible attacks that you can do with Orange Piccolo, which is crazy. So that's why, like, even, you know, he's not going to pass most damage threshold tests, but, you know, he can still occasionally get a little bit of damage out here. I mean, like, this is all just free damage, right? Like, the boss can't hurt us, he can't do anything to us. Yeah, we're just getting some free damage in here, so let me know what you guys think about Orange Piccolo. Again, I'll just cut right here because we don't need to watch. Like, this thing can last, like, 9 minutes, so no need to just sit here and watch this the entire time. So I'll cut, we will be right back, and I'll show you the other special ability that kind of works whenever you're using a character like Orange Piccolo. Alright, so we're hopping in here. This is the last little thing. So here we go. Orange Piccolo is gone. And now watch this, right? So because we're kind of resetting the turn right here, we're going to get Vegeta's orb changing again. So notice how we kept all those, like, key charges up, right? Well, now we get to charge it up even more. So let's go ahead and grab all of those key spheres right there. Let's grab all of those. That's 9 more. So we're just getting this thing supercharged now. And then if I wanted to go for that, I'll go for these for the Gammas. So yeah, we're at 149 charges for the Spirit Bomb. And we know Vegeta cannot super us on this turn. I guess there's a chance that we just KO Vegeta here and it doesn't even matter. But 11.6 from Orange Piccolo right here. Or Power Awakening Piccolo, I guess. Still pretty good, yeah. I mean, we already saw that he was at like 1,000,000 defense right before we transformed him. He's going to be at that same level here. Let's see. I mean, Vegeta could take him out. Vegeta can do quite a bit right here. So Vegeta could, like, take him out. Hopefully not. but he could. Between him and the Gammas, there's a good chance that we just KO the end boss here. I guess it doesn't matter. The purpose is to showcase Vegeta. Or, I'm sorry, the purpose is to showcase Piccolo. If Vegeta kills Vegeta, then it doesn't really matter. We're just not going to get the big punch, right? Like, that's the only thing we're really going to miss out on right here. So, no big deal if we don't get the punch in right here. But maybe we will. If the Gammas don't crit, maybe I should have given them those other orbs. That way they wouldn't have done as much damage right here. Because if they don't crit, come on, guys, don't crit, don't crit, don't crit. For once, do not crit. For once in your lives, please. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Come on. Yes, yes. Perfect. Okay, so now we can use the big giant punch. And it's going to do a lot. We're going to have Bulma's active skill too. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hang on. So we do have to get... Listen, I have to get this on camera because this is going to be absolutely insane. How many orbs can I get with Vegeta? 7? All right, that's good. We'll grab those 7 with Vegeta. We'll pop Bulma's active skill. Oh, let me just skip it. All right, there we go. Sorry, I keep forgetting that the skips aren't on, but let's go ahead and grab those. That'll get us support, and it'll juice it up even more, so now we're at 179 charges. Let's go ahead. Listen, I'm going to play this, all right? I'll play this. At the end, we'll cut, and then we'll come back and get some more footage of Piccolo. Alright, we're hopping back in right here, and we got a pretty good, well, actually we got a really bad opening rotation as usual, but we got a, you know, we're going to get a pretty good setup here again. You know, what's weird about this team is you really want to keep these guys on each rotation, but like just the way I'm doing my showcase right here, it's a little bit awkward to keep them on rotation because I really want, excuse me. I really want Piccolo linked next to the Piccolo and Vegeta unit. Like, that's ideally what I would want. And then I would want on the other rotation, one of the trios and Bulma. That's what I would want as my rotations. But the game keeps just actively working against me in doing that. So this time what I think I'm going to do is try keeping the 2 trios next to each other, just on their own rotation. Until at least I can get Bulma over there next to them. By the way, this is the Beast Gohan fight. I was going to hop into the Gogeta fight. Also, let me turn this down. It's a little bit loud. But I was going to hop into the Gogeta fight. But I forgot that I used all of my attempts trying to film the Super Saiyan Duo video earlier, so I actually don't have any attempts in that fight at the moment, but that's okay, right? Like, we don't actually care about the Gogeta fight. Like, you know, it's a good fight. Like, it's definitely a great showcase fight, but, you know, I can use, like, the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. I can use that one. I can use this Beast Gohan fight. I could hop into the movie Memorial Beast Gohan fight as well, where it has Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. I could use that one as a showcase stage. Like, we have a lot right now. I could even do Kid Buu, probably. I don't know. Like, I don't know that there's any fight that I don't feel confident bringing Piccolo into. The other nice thing is this year we don't really have a lot of int bosses. Like, last year we had a ton of int bosses, like Fusion Zamasu and, Omega and just things like that, right? Like, what was it? The Rose Goku Black. I'm trying to think who else. But there were just a lot of int bosses last year. Whereas this year, there's, you know, just a lot of STR bosses, which is better for Piccolo, right? Because he is neutral against STR. Versus last year, he was disadvantaged against the int characters. But he was still tearing it up. I mean, he was still, like, the best character in the game despite having type disadvantage. So I'm going to do this right here. We're going to throw Piccolo in slot 1. Ooh, excuse me. That was rough. Oof, glad you guys hopefully didn't hear that. Let me grab these with the Gammas. And then I can grab the physical orbs with Bulma. All right, so right here, Piccolo is again at 515k defense. Pretty good. He's getting support from the Gammas. He's getting support from the 2 trios. And then it's going to go up a little bit more as well once I activate Bulma's support. We're just not going to be able to do it because I'm going to float Bulma off to get her on the other rotation. But you can see his stats went up right there. So another really good thing that Piccolo does, by the way, that's always been really good since he released, and they've put it on a few characters since he released, is that he does give 2 ki whenever he gets hit. That's like a very, very, very valuable ability that he has. And it's allowed just you know, I don't know, countless times I've gone into rotations and I'm like, man, I just wish I could get one more key with this character. Then I remember that Orange Piccolo's on rotation. I go, oh, yeah, right, they will. Perfect. So, awesome. We're going to get a lot of his build-up in right there. So, what was that 4 out of the 5 hits that he needs to take? So, he's going to be mostly built up next turn. This is going to be a pretty good fight for him as well, because it's kind of a short fight. It can be a long fight. It can go on a little bit longer, but I think with this team that we're running, we're going to be doing enough damage that we're going to be going through this fight pretty quickly. Hopefully, that's at least the idea. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. You know, anything can happen, but we'll see what happens. Next turn, we do have, what is it? We have Evolution Blue Vegeta, who's going to have his guard up, so he'll be good for slot 1. We can start getting his revive built up. Things are looking good for Piccolo here. Very nice, very nice, very nice. One of these rotations, I've got to get it to where I get the opening rotations that I want. That way we can see a rotation where I have, like, both movie hero supports up, Piccolo, or like, yeah, both movie hero supports up, the Bulma support up, and then the Piccolo Vegeta unit linked next to them, and the Piccolo support up. One of these times I'm going to get a rotation, and like if I can figure out a way to get the superhero support up as well, just like the perfect golden rotation. That would be ideal, right? But I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to get that. All right, let's go ahead and grab these because they're in slot 1. We'll just give them most of the physical key right there. We'll give them... Oh, that's perfect. They can still get an 18 key. I guess I'm going to float Vegeta. I know I said I was going to keep them on rotation, but whatever. We'll just keep them around. That way their support is staying up. Cool. All right, so 47, 61. I really wish that they would have made that Piccolo/Vegeta unit an active skill instead of a passive transformation. 1, because they could have made it voiced, and 2, because you could have, like... You could choose when you want to get out of the Piccolo stage and go into the Vegeta. Like, you could have picked whenever you wanted to do that. I wish they would have done that. It's weird that they made it a passive transformation to me. They haven't done those in a long time. So, I wish they would have made it an active skill. I'll try not to belabor that point, but, you know, it's always unfortunate whenever things like that happen, right? It's like, man, if they had just done this one thing, it would have been a lot better for everybody. Because then I could have just kept him as Piccolo and we wouldn't have to worry about him exchanging. Because as soon as he exchanges, he loses all of that support. And he's more focused on charging the, like, Spirit Punch or whatever you want to call it. The Miracle Punch. So, anyway. Nice. We're doing so much damage to Beast here. If these guys get some additional supers, that would be awesome. Mine always give me normals, though. I mean, that's just how it is. Vegeta should be able to sweep up Ultimate Gohan at the end right here. And then we'll have... Piccolo going up against Beast Gohan with, like, his full passive up. That would be really good. Alright, so Vegeta's going to KO right here, surely. 15 million attack stat, guaranteed crit, all that good stuff. Dude, Vegeta on this team, like, it's so nice having Vegeta here. Vegeta, again, having his massive, you know, category list, it just puts him onto more teams. This is more reason why, you know, Evolution Blue Vegeta and UI Goku, I think, are better than Cell Max, is this sort of flexibility where you can just throw them on any team. They don't have, like, any restrictions, any, like, you know, nonsense going on. It's like, yeah, we just throw them on this team and they're good, and you can use them as a floater, you can keep them on rotation, you can put them in slot 1, they have a revive, they have an active skill, they do crits, they give crit support. Like, they're just doing so much for the team, whereas Cell Max, you gotta pamper and baby him and make sure, like, nothing is going wrong with him ever. It's always such a big deal. We should be fine here, hopefully. I don't like that they're locked in slot 1. I would rather have Piccolo there, but whatever. Piccolo is at 1.5 million defense, by the way. 1.534181. That's pretty good considering he's not fully built up yet. So let's grab this right here. Let's grab all of those, I guess, with the gammas, or these. I guess let's grab those. And then we can just pop their standby. Let me make sure the skips are on. Yeah, they are. Okay. Let's pop that. No reason not to. They give the same amount of support. We'll grab those. Cool. Let's see what we got going on. These guys should be fine in slot 1, right? Because Beast can only super in that first slot. Like, I don't think he can super. Like, I just don't think he's supering on this turn. Yeah, he's not supering. Okay. Piccolo's at 22 million again. I mean, that's a pretty common number that we're seeing from him is 22 million. As long as his intro buff is up, at least, that's what we're seeing from him, so that's very good. And then, boom, it's going to go up again. So he would have been at 25.61 million right there if he had his last hit in before he did that super attack. That is crazy. Did you guys see that down there at the bottom? Whenever he got hit, you could actually see what his number would have been. So 25 million is what he would have been up to if we had gotten him the full 24 key and he'd gotten all of his hits in and everything. That's just absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy numbers there from Orange Piccolo. Very good, very good. All right, just don't lock Bulma. Perfect. Okay, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and... Okay, so we still can't use the stand... Oh, right, we can't use the standby because we use the Gamma standby. That's my bad. All right, we'll grab these right here. Make sure they're up to 24 key. Let's grab those with these guys. They're not going to be at 24 key, but that's okay. We're going to get Bulma her support. They're almost at 24. They're at 23. That's a little bit unfortunate, but whatever. All right, no links activated. Let's see what Beast does to these guys. I mean, they should be fine. They have their, like, full everything up, so we should be good. This might do a little bit to us. No. Okay, it literally did 54 damage. All right, nice. Nice, nice, nice. These guys are so good. I mean, like, what a fun team, just being able to use units from, like, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago, 6 months ago, that maybe didn't have, like, the best kit ever, or just felt like if you could just get them just a little bit better, you know, just a little bit quicker, they could be a lot better. You know, like, Tech Vegeta, sometimes you run into the issue of, like, oh, man, I really wish Tech Vegeta had just gotten, like, a few more stacks in. Well, now with the extra giant, like, buffs that he's getting at the start of turn from being on this team, you know, his stacks are much more potent, and so you don't need as many stacks for him to look as crazy, right? Situations like that are going to pop up. So I am very, very happy with this team. I'm having so much fun running this team. If there are any showcases for characters that you guys want to see, whether it be Orange Piccolo, Future Gohan, God Goku, the Super Saiyan Duo, I already did videos for. Who else could I do? I was looking at the category the other day, just going like, oh, I could do a showcase for them. I could do a showcase for them. I could do a showcase for them. It was actually quite fun. I was just sitting here. Let me pull it up real quick. So we got Piccolo pulled up at the moment. If I just go to, like, tools, 200% leader skill tool, and then I click on leader skills and I scroll down to the bottom, you can see that they're right here. I hit search. So if you guys see any characters here that you really want to see a showcase for, like maybe this guy, I'm sure is one people would want to see. I've seen some people say this guy. I might record that one right after this. Maybe the 7th anniversary LRs, if there's one of those that you want to see. Maybe the Cobros or something. Who else here is looking like they could really... Tech Bardock, I don't really... I've hated this character forever, but if you guys want to see it, you know, maybe Majin Vegeta. Because Trunks would count, right? Like, this is just... He just needs a character whose name includes Trunks, right? Yeah, an ally whose name includes Trunks on the team. So he'll be able to have his full intro buff up on this team with damage reduction, getting an extra 154% to stats. I think you could make this guy work on this team. So if you guys want to see Majin Vegeta, let me know if that's like a hype character you guys want to see. Anybody else that's really just jumping off the page to me? Not really, but if you guys are seeing someone that I'm missing, let me know, and I'd be happy to do showcases for a lot of these characters. So give me your thoughts on who you would want to see showcases for. And let's keep going through here right here. So I could use the Orange Piccolo active skill and basically just negate the Beast Gohan super attack. We already know this, right? But I do want to see, like, not everything is about, like, again, we could use this right here. Just know we could use this, right? We could sit here, nullify everything, and then, like, just hop back in and he's not going to take damage. But I do want to see how he's going to tank right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab all of this key. Because, you know, we can't just, like, hide him always. So let's do that. I will go ahead and pop this just to get the damage in for, you know, whatever reason. We're probably not going to see that in Vegeta again for the rest of the video anyway, so it's going to be all right. All right, so let's see how he does. He is fully built up. We're not guarding. We do still have the 20% damage reduction. This will probably KO us or get close because, again, we're not guarding. We don't have damage reduction. Let's see how we do. 1,000,000. Okay, so, again, the big super attacks do kill us, but I could have, if I wanted to, I could have used the Orange Piccolo transformation, and we just would not have been hit by that. We would have burned it, and then he wouldn't have been able to hit us with it anymore. So I could have done that. I chose to lose there just to see how much damage he would take. But still, I mean, 1,000,000's not that bad. It's definitely not good. We died. But, again, he was at double digits on normals, and I could have just nullified the super. I could have done that, and then we would have won. We'd have had the Gamma standby, we would have gone into the other punch standby, and everything would have been fine, right? Like, we wouldn't have had to worry about anything. But, anyway, I just wanted to kind of get the footage for the showcase. So, let's hop into another fight now and just get more footage, maybe the Cell Max fight. All right, so here we are hopping into the Cell Max fight right here, and rotations aren't the worst ever. They're not the best, but they're not the worst ever. We know where the super attack is thanks to these fellas, so that's definitely good. Let's go ahead and grab some orbs here for everybody. So let's grab these with Vegeta. Let's grab those with the Gammas, and we'll just grab the physical orbs for these guys at the end. Hopefully they dodge at the end, because I have seen them take quite a bit of damage from this Cell Max, so hopefully they're in a dodging mood there at the end. This is like the first fight that I ever used this character in, that Goku and Vegeta, or that Piccolo and Vegeta unit. The Cell Max fight was the first fight that I like took them into, and they got clobbered. I mean, we survived, but I was like, okay, got it. That's where I was like, not believing the hype everybody else was putting up about that unit. I was like, you know, maybe they're not quite as good as everybody else was saying. I mean, they're definitely good, but you know, it's one of those situations where I was looking at it going, this y'all's GOAT? Like, this y'all's champion? You know, it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, well, you just put them out of the way of the super attack so they don't have to worry about that. And they're good against normals. And I was looking at this going, they're good against normals? Really? You sure? Hello? Am I the only one who's seeing this? UFO, UFO, call the fire department. Ah, sky is falling. You know, like Chicken Little. But anyway, you know, that's how I felt, and but we'll see how they do right here. Listen, there's 2 attacks. Surely they dodge one of them, right? Like, we're not gonna eat both of these. Yeah, see, we're good. We're gonna dodge both. Perfect. Thank you. Nice. This is a pretty good rotation right here. I will go ahead and float off Bulma. Let's just throw Piccolo to the wolves. Let's throw him just right here, right up at the start. Let's pitch him in there. See how he does, you know? Like, we can't hide him. This is his showcase time. This is his time to show out. So let's see what he's got. Bulma could get us killed at the end right here, potentially. I can't get 7 orbs. This is really unfortunate. Well, if Bulma gets us killed, she gets us killed. The important thing is that we get footage of Piccolo. All right, so he's at 1 million right there. That's with only one of the trio supports up, and that's with Bulma's support up. But that's all we have at the moment. So, I mean, that could definitely be better. That's not very good, but it could be worse. It could be better. So, let's see. I mean, all things considered, surviving that super attack, not many 2-year-old characters can survive it. We did take like 400 and... Actually, we took about 500k damage right there, but... well, Bulma's probably going to get us killed at the end, isn't she? Yeah, because Bulma, unfortunately, is not built like that on turn 1. She's going to take like 50k per normal, maybe more, maybe 70k. I don't think she'd take 100k, but maybe like 50 or 70k. So we might survive. If she's at 70k, we should survive, depending on the variants. But let's see. Let's see what happens, you know, before I start saying things. If she's at 50, we're good. If she's at 70, we might survive. If she's over 70 on the first hit, then we're going to need dodges. I don't think she'll take 200k from a normal. That's for sure. Hopefully she double supers. A double would be really, really good. No, okay, we're at 70, 71. Oh, man. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead. We'll use the Gamma's standby. Is that what I want to use? They change int orbs, so it wouldn't really be in our best interest to use theirs. Let's go ahead and grab these. Let me grab that. And then I think I will use their standby. And then I'll use an item as well. Just in case. Oh, listen, that's my one Sen... Listen, you get 2 Senzu Beans against Cell Max. That's canonically accurate that you get to use those. So, I'm using mine right here. This is, you know, Piccolo told Gohan to start charging up, except for I told the Gammas, right? Like, listen, this is canonical. This is canonical. This is a canonical Senzu Bean, okay? It's okay to use items if it's canonical. That's good. That's good tea. I've got tea today. It's pretty nice. It's, help keeping the old throat lubricated. You know, we need a nice slippery throat in order to do these videos. You can't be doing it with dry throat in it. You cannot be dry throat in YouTube videos, okay? Nice. Did they dodge the super, by the way? I think they did. That's pretty good. I think my Super Saiyan trio has like 10 dodge-ish. I think is what I gave them. I don't remember. Maybe they're full dodge. They're definitely a mix of dodge and crit. I just don't remember how much crit and how much dodge I gave them. I think I was trying to get him up to like 20 and 20. I don't know if I succeeded. Were they going to get EX equips at some point, I think, during this celebration? I know Broly for sure is, but I thought they were getting equips as well from one of the events, so whenever those drop, I'll probably switch over to those, depending on what they are, so we'll see. Hopefully they're like crit and dodge, but they're probably going to be crit and additional. If I know Dokkan, they don't know their units, and so they're probably going to give us like crit and additional equips, which I could still put on them, and then I could just change the hidden potential build a little bit, give them a little bit more dodge there. All right, so here we go. This is going to be a much better turn for Piccolo. Let's put him in slot 1. We already know that he'll survive a super attack probably, so he's at 1.21 million defense right here. That's definitely really, really good. Should I do that, or should I float them instead? I don't know. This is kind of spooky, actually. Let's do... Who do I want to keep on rotation? Well, they're going to transform next turn anyway, so they're not going to be providing support anymore, so let's do this. So we'll throw them in slot 1. We'll put Piccolo in slot 2. That's as many orbs as I can get them. And then we'll give them these 2 physical orbs right there. Okay. So let's see how we do. Again, we're just getting a lot of footage. I mean, that's my main goal, is to just get lots and lots and lots of footage and situations for Orange Piccolo. Decide what he's good at, what he's bad at, what could he be better at. You know, is he back? That is the big question, is Orange Piccolo back? And at least on Global, I mean, I don't think there's a single fight that could challenge him. Again, I know we got footage of him dying against Beast Gohan. People are going to look at that and be like, oh, he died. What do you mean he's good? It's like, well, again, we had the active skill. We could have just simply won. We could have. We could have won there, but I chose not to. I chose to lose. We easily win that fight if I just go into Orange Piccolo right there. But I didn't. I didn't because I wanted to see how much damage he would take. I was curious, but... he wasn't guarding, so that was like, you know, a rough situation for him. But anyway, I'd still say the stats that we're looking from him, that we're seeing from him, are very, very, very impressive overall. And then he's debuffing as well now, yeah. And then this is going to be like double digits because we're fully built up now. We got a super attack off. We have a ton of support right here. Yeah, double digits. We've reached the point now. It's like you get a few hits in. The first few hits may be a little bit spooky against these really, 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 really hard hitting bosses like Cell Max, but. I mean, other than Cell Max, there's not really like a boss that really just comes out the gate swinging like this. He's really the only one that does stuff like this. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll grab those orbs for them. We do have the revive with Vegeta, so worst case scenario, we'll just get that right here. There's some orbs there. And then for Vegeta, we'll just grab... Let's use the active skill. That'll charge up the Gamma Standby a little bit more. And then let's grab those. Perfect. What was I saying? Orange Piccolo. Oh, yeah, there's not really a boss right now that really hits super hard at the beginning of the fights. It's really just Cell Max. He's like the only boss that really comes out the gate swinging like super hard. The Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta do as well, and they can hit really, really hard. Their annoying thing is that they double super attack, but we already saw Orange Piccolo kind of toss them up, right? So it was... like, we already have footage of him just dominating them in this video, so, I mean, that's... if you guys have noticed, too, that pretty much every showcase I've done... I've had Orange Piccolo just on the team. Like, I think he feels like a mainstay on this team. It feels really, really good. So, I have been really, really, really enjoying his presence on this team and just him as a character. You know, there's a lot of Orange Piccolo fans out there that are smiling now. You know, maybe they're out of the community now. Maybe they're still in the community. Who knows? But there's a lot of Orange Piccolo defenders out there who have been screaming that Orange Piccolo has been the best unit in the game for a long time. And, you know, maybe they stopped playing once people thought he finally aged out, right? Well, guess what? He's back. So you should come back, right? Like, all the Orange Piccolo fans that are lost and forgotten, waiting for his EZA, well, guess what? Here it is. Here's his soft EZA. He's a champion again. He is, like, the king of Dokkan. Longest reign as one of the top units in the game ever. I mean, I think you could slide him back into the top 10. The top 10 is very, 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 very hyper competitive right now. And it's not like in years past where it was like, oh, you know, like numbers 7 through 50 are all like the same. No, it's like 1 through 30 are all hyper competing with each other. Well, maybe not like 1's not competing with 30, but you guys get the point here. So we do have access to Orange Piccolo again. I'm not going to use it. What I am going to do is pop this. Let's go ahead and throw that down. Bop. Nice. Nice. Yes, 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 yes. So what that's going to do is I'm going to do this. Yeah, let's do... No. Do I want to do this? I think I do. This is going to be like the best turn that we get from him, so let's grab these. I could use their standby, but I think they don't give offensive support, right? Like, once they go into their standby. Right? They like, this Goku doesn't give offensive support. He just gives the defensive support. Yeah, okay, so I don't... Like, we don't need the defensive support on this turn. This is going to be a turn where we get his... like, we showcase his damage right here. Gamma 1 should be fine in slot 1. We've debuffed this guy. He's got a ton of damage reduction. So here we go. He's at 1.14 million defense again. Pretty minimal links activated as well. That's always been a strength of Piccolo, is that he always has been able to do this just on the back of nothing. Like, he doesn't really need another Piccolo character next to him. He has Piccolo links, but he doesn't really need a Piccolo character next to him. So as long as Gamma 1 survives that, which he did, Gamma 1 is going to give that 2-turn support buff right here. And again, also assuming, I guess, that Gamma 1 doesn't KO Cell Max, but he's going to be giving that, 18-key 2-turn support buff right here, so Piccolo's going to be looking even stronger. Again, no intro activated anymore, but we do have Bulma support, we have double 77% support, we have the Gamma support, and Piccolo is at 16.9 million right here. That's certainly very, very good. Certainly good. He's going to debuff as well. Cell Max can be debuffed. So boom, there we go. And he got an additional, nice, 10 million. Very good. Throw that rock at him. We can't stun Cell Max yet. We're not quite at that level of the fight. But boom, there we go. I mean, just look at that damage that he's doing. By the way, Orange Piccolo does have exclusive equipments. Now, you had to have bought them during the 9th anniversary, but I tried to tell you guys. I made videos, and those actually got pretty good views. So hopefully, if you're watching this video, you checked out those during the anniversary. But Orange Piccolo did get exclusive equipments from the Pan, like, Super Mineral Water event, where you could farm it up. It would drop the little water bottles, and then you could go exchange them in the shop. Hopefully that comes back at some point one day so that people can get those equipments. But yeah, Orange Piccolo did end up getting those exclusive equipments, and some of them were like defensive stat boosting equips, and I think I threw a few of those on my Orange Piccolos, so like, obviously that's going to help out his stats as well. I don't know. I think Orange Piccolo is just one of the best units that they have ever released in this game. He has got to be a master class of just how to release a character, right? Like, I don't know. It's insane. It's insane how good he is. All right, so this is going to be a crazy rotation as well, by the way. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and throw this. Nice. That gives us, like, the full field. So let's go ahead and grab those. I'm not going to use Bulma's yet. I'm just going to try to hold out with Bulma. And then we'll grab these, I guess, sure. The fight's pretty much over at this point. Let's see if we can get one more rotation with Orange Piccolo, and then maybe I'll move... I mean, I don't know. I don't know where else to go. Like, where else could I go? We already did Cell Max. We did Blue Cow Kin. We did Beast. Like, everything else would just be kind of retreading, like, fights. Like, it'd just be different version of fights that we've already done. So I don't know. Like, this Cell Max kind of turned into, like, a long fight. It's like, I don't really want to hop into, like, Movie Boss Rush. We all know that Piccolo would just destroy Movie Boss Rush, right? Like, because the only boss that's even going to give him trouble is Broly, and he's type advantage against Broly. So, like, it's not going to matter. We don't have Goku and Frieza. We don't have Bulma right now on Global, unfortunately. We are synced. We, as Dokkan, are synced, but unfortunately, we're missing about of vital, critical stages, right? Cool. Let's do this. Let's grab all of these. Very good. Again, we're going to get that support buff up. So, yeah, we're still at 1 million defense. I mean, just starting at the start of turn, 1 million defense, and then getting, like, more... Because remember, like, Orange Piccolo does get 50% defense every time he does a super attack. So, I mean, he's at 1.5 million defense with 20% damage reduction here. I mean, that's pretty good for an old unit like this. And then the Gammas, right? The Gammas are going to give him an additional 50% buff here as well. So, after this, as soon as this plays, now we're at 1.5 million defense. After Piccolo super attacks, we're at 2 million defense, right? With 20% damage reduction. So, like, even if you don't get his giant, like, kind of revive and his passive activated, he's still looking really, really good. Here he is again at 14 million. Absolutely revitalized this Orange Piccolo. I mean, he never really fell off, but, we were definitely getting to the point where I was like, Orange Piccolo, I don't know, like, not super safe anymore. And it's like, he's like, no, just give me a second here. And he kind of, like, popped his neck. He wrote the Michael Jordan "I'm back" letter, like, he typed that up. He typed that up real quick. So, Let me know what you guys thought about Orange Piccolo in this video. Vegeta's probably going to KO right here. If not, then I will play the Spirit Punch or the Miraculous Punch or the Miracle Punch, whatever it's called. I will play that next turn if Vegeta does not KO right here, and then we will end the video. I don't think there's really much to go over. I could do like a full breakdown of his kit, but I feel like at this point that'd just be like everyone knows what Piccolo does, right? Like everyone gets it. He gets 50% attack and defense on super attack. He debuffs on his 18 key. He stuns on his 12 key. And then after that, he's just a really good character. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Fine, just take it. But finish that guy now!